After a breakaway over the new year, we are back with the Tom Harper journey. And funnily enough, we have entered the new year in this player career mode as well. So there is a game up against Cardiff City. Jamie Vardy is leading the line in this one, though. Expected for him to be starting majority of the games, as we've seen this season. He was a big signing after the sale of Anthony Martial, which was an interesting one, but Jamie Vardy is a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, so I've been liking that. I've been liking that decision. Even with Harper coming up as a striker, he has a perfect mentor. And Jamie Vardy, we will see. We'll see a little bit on him later in this episode. But semi-finals, Carabao Cup, we know Manchester United have not had the best of luck in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, right? So what is going to happen here? A bit of the same. You see a 2-1, so not the best result for United with that 2-1 result. It was a pretty close game. To be fair. And next up there is a game in the Premier League. Crystal Palace in 19th and still not selected. Jamie Vardy, they're looking for a dominant result here, clearly. If you notice the team selection, though, you're going to see sometimes, not in this one exactly, but keep your eyes on who's going to be playing in the centre defensive midfield positions. You could say, is that centre mid or centre defensive mid? In a 4-2-3-1, I'd say those are two CDMs, but yeah, just standard. Standard stuff for that game, though. If we take a look at another training session or just simulating with those, as Harper's already put the work in, so he's done well. One of them a B, but that one's pretty hard to get an A on, so he's consolidating with that. He's having some pretty consistent growth, to be fair, so that's working really, really well. Van der Beek is just coming back right now, ready to get back into the first team, and West Ham is another game where Tom Harper he's not getting any games. He's not getting any game time there. So if you take a look, still a standard result, another win. It's what you like to see from a Manchester United's point of view. Game next up, Burnley. This is a potential chance. Are they going to be rotating? You don't know. But as we just touched on with the training, there's defending scenarios there as well. But Tom Harper, he can't work on anything else. What do you think? How much should he be working on his defending attributes? Just so there's 5, training drills being worked on. You see everything else is locked now. So it will be a bit of a weird feeling if he ends up having 80s defending attributes. So how long do you think he should be trained up for that? He's pushing towards, in the mid 40s right now. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. And we can pass the message across to Tom and tell him where he should be focusing on. But this is maybe what you've been taking a look to see, and what is going to be the outcome. Manchester City, no bigger rival to Manchester United, but it's an offer where Manchester City have seen his talents, what he can do. He's made some, important, matches, had some important games. He's made some important performances for the club, so teams are noticing. Manchester City could give him more of an opportunity in the first team. If we think about it, really, no. That doesn't even sound right, does it? Manchester United is probably a better chance with an aging Jamie Vardy, so that is going to be rejected. You probably expected that would have been the end result, but there has to be some anticipation for that. What would have you done? Probably if you're a Manchester United fan, you're like, never, that's never going to happen. And even if it was another top Premier League team, it probably wouldn't be the move anyway. Keep at United for now. As I said, we got a bit of story on Jamie Vardy that will be coming up. But hopefully he gets an opportunity soon, because it's been a few games now. It has been a few games now without a selection for Tom Harper. And then there's an FA Cup one coming up. If you take a look at those upcoming targets, not too bad. He's 2 goals in 8 games, but 5 assists. He's contributing. Selected for next match. I surely thought it had to be close. Wouldn't be too far away. He seems to be getting games every 3 or every 4. So, this is on the kind of right rotations for the season, what it's been like. So, if we take a look at the team there, Harper leading the line with Bruno Fernandes in behind him really, really helps when you're a striker. when you're a striker coming up and you got someone to feed you like that. So what's going to see in an early attack here, early but 30 minutes in, he plays a ball into Matic. What a goal. What a goal for Manchester United right there. Great way to kick off the game. Tom Harper leads the attack there. His creativity has really been shown early. He's more than just a finisher. He's not just like a goal-scoring striker. He provides a lot, drops a bit, I wouldn't say into the midfield, just outside the box there to provide. He plays an important role. Maybe he's more a centre-forward type because he creates and scores. So far this season, you'd probably say more creating than scoring, but as long as it's contributing to goals, that is the most important thing, because he can also still make his runs, and there's a strike. And again, it feel like the shot went in a bit of slow motion. All he needs is a bit more shot power and a little bit more accuracy as well to hit that on the outside of the foot. And yeah, top quality striker, they have that curve, that outside of the foot curve, and it won't be long. It won't be long before he develops those skills, and those are the type of goals he's going to be scoring. He's going to be taking those opportunities as his career progresses. First season is all about that progression. You see Telles as a transfer. There has been a few transfers and will be over the January period, so we're going to keep our eyes on that. Obviously, we don't get any messages about it as much, definitely, as opposed to a career mode. We're not in control of that. This is a player career mode, but we've got to keep tabs on everyone else at the club, who's going out and who's coming in, especially if it's attacking players. So yeah, he's had some development in this game as well. He showed his skills, and they've been showed to improve. So a couple changes late, looking to hold on to the result. United, Azpilicueta and Led coming off. So a bit of experience late. Ollie is bringing on, assuming Ollie hasn't been sacked yet. I don't expect that. Something, I haven't got a notification of, and it wouldn't be the case this early in the career for Manchester United. So there we are. We look like to be holding on to that 1-0 unless there's a late opportunity. Bruno Fernandes, and Tom Harper didn't even look like he called for that, and he tried to pass it to him. That's why he was completely out of position. Pretty poor decision by Bruno, but at the end of the day, it was to play out the time, and United, the fans are happy. You be advancing to the next stage is most important. So had pretty good passing accuracy there, and you see that early cross trait is interesting to develop for a striker, but Tom Harper is a 71 overall so far, and he's still only 17 years of age. So as high as your rating could be before you hit 18, that's really, really good. He showed you what he can do. Didn't get a goal or assist, nothing like that. You see, 17 years old only. Not selected in the Carabao Cup. The second leg. The first one, it was close. Let's see how this one's going to play out itself. What's the result going to be? It's 2-1, but then lose on penalties. Didn't we say the Carabao Cup, it just doesn't fall United's way for one reason or another. It's just another game. They're not making a final. Yes, but don't forget, Jurgen Klopp, he lost 6 finals, and he had his success in real life with Liverpool, and that comes. You got to wait, and you got to be patient, and that is going to come your way. So another game without a selection for Tom Harper, but it's another game in the league where Manchester United do get the victory. They see that strong result and pick up the points. Transfer deadline day, again, it's been a big talk. It's been a big talk that there's been rumours from the fans that he should be loaned out. But he's not got one loan offer. That offer from Man City was a transfer. And that wouldn't be a good loan if it was a loan offer anyway. So, everyone's been telling him he needs to be loaned out. But I don't think so. Well, number one, he can't anyway. Firstly, you need to get an offer. While you're on the loan list, I think that's all he can do. He can make himself available to go out on loan. But if Manchester United is giving him a game every 3 or 4, I don't think that's too bad as a 17-year-old in his first season, being the backup to Jamie Vardy and learning from him at the same time and seeing what he can do. It will be a bit of a weird feeling if he was starting more than Jamie Vardy. It wouldn't have the feel that he's learning from him. So that's what he needs in his debut season. You don't expect him to be playing every single game, and obviously still completing some schoolwork at 17 as well. So it's fitting into his schedule, and in his development, definitely wants to be becoming a footballer, but he wants to finish off his schooling at the same time. Cesar Azpilicueta, we get a notification of his injury. He was a nice little signing. I think he provide some experience in the defense, a bit of versatility as well. He can play a few positions, through the back line. So, in the back four. So he's a handy signature. So if you take a look here, there is some names, isn't there? There is some. Now look at the left backs. No Luke Shaw. We saw Alex Tellers. So they both got sold. The only left back is Brandon Williams. Well, you take a look at this. Then Benjamin Pavard, he was a signing. I really like the signing of that. That's a very good move. A right back and a centre back. See, he could probably overtake Azpilicueta, even though he was a signing. But very good signature. That was really well done. That was really well done to bring him in. And obviously, Jamie Vardy was at the start of the season after selling Tony Martial. So it was interesting transfers, to say the least. I think the fans have been either way. Some have been very, they're praising those moves completely. And others, they didn't like the sales. Like, look at the left-back situation. Surely, they'll be looking to bring someone in after those sales. We don't quite know how much they have to spend, but surely after, some first-team sales, there should be some money in the kitty that Ollie and the Manchester United board, they're going to be spending on. But you never know. You never know with the Glazers and Woodward, right? So we just have to find out. And Manchester Derby, you're always disappointed when you don't get selected for that as a player. But you just got to hope United, and no. Again, they got Vinny Jr. as well. He's class talent. Was always going to be a hard game. So if you take a look at the league tables, Man United sitting in 4th, and Chelsea kind of putting the pressure, bringing that pressure on them. So they got to keep up the form. For the whole season. I don't think they can be without. United can't be without a really good left back for a while. Only having Brandon Williams. So that's going to be interesting. This is actually, that's what they're actually going to have to be sticking with. We're in February. We're actually in February now. After that transfer window. We saw it come to an end. That's what I was mentioning. They need a left back, and you're going to have to... I'm like, they're going to have to save that money for next season, because that's really that's all they can do at this point. That's what I was saying. I'm not sure it was the best managerial decisions. And you see that. You definitely see that with FIFA. So, get your guys' feedback. What do you think of the squad, and how's it looking, and the decisions that were made? As Liverpool, you're looking at the results right now. The competition, maybe not the same competition is there in terms of the strength, of the squad. It's, that's a personal opinion on my belief. But I don't think you can only have one left back. And Brandon Williams, who's a youngster himself, he's a talented young player, that's for sure. But for sure, ironically, we're going to talk about Luke Shaw for a second, but then Pavard, he steps in. He gets injured for 4 months. That's tough. That makes it completely harder. Much harder. So there's a real challenge. And going into the Champions League, knockout stages, look at this. Is that James playing in that CDM position on the right side? Still managing to get the 2-1 victory. But I told you have to watch out for some of those. I've noticed with the selection so far. That's exactly a little strange. Wolves is up next. They're in 7th. And the manager comes up to Tom Harper and he's like, lad, we need you. We need you here. Jamie Vardy's a little bit tired, and I stuffed up a bit on the transfers. I need to help you. You need to help me, mate. You need to help me. Go out there and score some goals. And if you take a look at that, Alderweireld, he's not bad. Some experience with him and Azpilicueta. So he can play left back. He's not a bad player. Obviously, he comes with a lot of experience, but he's not that natural fullback, and Williams has gone over to the right side. So that's a really, interesting looking lineup, but I don't mind it in the end. Azpilicueta at left back, that he can fill the gap there. I think he can fill the gap with his experience and quality. So it's going to remain to be seen, how he's going to perform in those in the game. So now it's Harper. He's just getting past his man there. I think that was Zuma. Getting past Kurt Zuma just like that. Unsettled on the pitch. They're just talking about Big Toby there. But he's doing exactly what the manager wanted for him there, Harper. Just absolutely did that with ease. Got past his man with a bit of skill. Held him off. Finished cleanly. And he's got his goal for this match. That was Zuma. Who's a pretty strong, physical type. And he got past them pretty easy. Really? And look at that. He's got his boxing skills as well. He's got everything. I mean, it's easy to have skills when you're just, aiming at the camera, to be fair. Tom Harper, he's looking good. The fans are absolutely behind him. So he opens the scoring on the 19th minute. You absolutely love to see it as a Manchester United fan. He's just coming up and he's looking like taking Manchester United to that absolute next level. And we need to be seeing more of that. That is absolutely for sure. And that's why I said Greenwood is playing. Yeah, that's definitely CDM. Look how deep he's sitting. But we want to talk about Jamie Vardy. We mention him, talk about him. There's, talk about him considering retiring. So this is perfect right now. As I said, Harper's learning for him, and Jamie Vardy could be retiring. Harper could be the main man next season. Let's see what he's got right now. Van der Beek's going to set it up for him. Yes, he does. And that's another goal. He just finished that tidily on his left foot. That was really, really class, that finish by Tom. And he's just demanding. Like, he picks up the ball. He's like, let's go, lads. Perfect start. He's not really taking too much credit now. He's just, getting the work done. Van der Beek, he knew he had to lay that off. He had to lay that off to the key man, the key striker. And suddenly, Tom Harper, in this game individually, he doubled his tally in the Premier League. Just like that. That's where you can see his instant progression already in one season. One season. This is a game where he's just taken control. He's taken control. And if you take a little look at his rating as well, he's just trying to play some simple passes, stay in position, and that rating is only boosting up. It's going to boost all the way up to a Big 10, having a perfect game. The perfect game this could be. Especially, imagine him getting a hat-trick. Van der Beek, he holds onto the ball really well, gets it to Harper. He has to hold off, then he turns around. Not enough time to get the strike on. He was trying to find that space to open it up and score his hat-trick in the first half. That would be absolutely a story. That would be an insane story to talk about. But yeah, the 9.1 rating. What a game. What a first half he's had. And it's not over yet. It was so early in the game. The first half is still yet to be played out. And now it's Ruben Neves who is on the ball. And if we just focus on Tom Harper, he just goes back to his position. He doesn't try and do too much. Just does exactly what the manager is requesting from him as a striker. Play your role, and he's exactly showing that. That's why you see the rating, it's only boosted up from around 8.8 where it was and now to a 9.4. Just by sticking to his position, and he might get a little head there. Yeah, finds Van der Beek. So he's just doing all those other things, the little things right. The bigger things for him is finding the back of net, which he's done. So yeah, that's why you see the rating just keep going up. He's having a excellent game, and he's put Manchester United in this position really to get the points today, as long as the defense holds up their end of the bargain. Make sure the defense, they just hold strong. They're not committing too much. And Brandon Williams, he prefers to play on the right. He's a left back, but naturally a right footer. United hopefully see him over on the right, really going forward, and they need to sign a proper natural left back, in my point of view, not just having Alderweireld Toby just playing his part and deputising, because he's more of a strong centre half, and you would say United have a decent amount of those now, a decent amount of quality in that area. As we touched on, Cesar Azpilicueta as well, who provides a lot of experience and just that defensive awareness. He doesn't let much past him, and we've seen today Wolves have not even had a shot. Even with a 10 rating, there's been 2 thumbs down from the manager. So, he doesn't let Tom get too ahead of himself. He knows there's a lot to work on. But that's exactly what happened in the second half. Just Wolves did not really press too much here. They didn't really do anything. They haven't got a goal yet. Harper clears, goes right back to Wolves though. Are they finally looking to get that breakthrough? Can they get it through? Neves, Podence, that goes off Axel to Azerby. That's going to be an own goal. Tom Harper his rating went down. Is that because one of the other players got an own goal? He might want to have, he could have taken away having a perfect game because the team didn't get a clean sheet. That's a weird one to calculate. It wasn't really any of Tom's fault. So he's just trying to get on the ball a little bit, but that isn't going to budge his rating. A 9.6 is pretty incredible in itself. It's what you expect, scoring the goals. He's won the game. He's won the game for his team. Just wants to make sure he holds on to it, and beating the players with the dribble there, gets his sprint speed up. So as we said, he's ever improving. He's ever improving as a player, and he's done that. He's done that superbly. he won this game. He's won this game. You can only say it so many times, but yeah, so many times. But yeah, it was a great way to stamp his authority. And he really did that, and he's only progressing as a player, which means you're going to see performances like this more regularly. And is talking about Jamie Vardy retiring, it was perfect in this game because he really said, I can be a replacement. I'm just not a youngster playing every few games. I'm good enough to score goals in the Premier League. And I think that game there, fans have got the confidence in him that he can actually do that. And he's not just a young lad coming up. He's good when he's got the ball at his feet. When he's in a position to score, fans are actually confident now that he can score and he can do what Jamie Vardy is exactly doing. So he still wants to get the feedback from the fans. Should he be working on the defending as much as he is? How much does he need to? He'll definitely want to see the feedback from the supporters. So, coming to the end of this episode here, Tom Harper, he just had a great game, fantastic game. Can he keep going? We will find out, and we'll see you guys next time.